Right, recording has started.
Talking about torture!
There it is.
Harry Chrysler?
Merry
It's been this-
Chrysler! I think this is probably going to be our last session until after New Year's, yeah?
Yeah,
Probably.
probably.
Because you're with your family next weekend,
Yup.
Jen.
Yeah.
And then
I will be dead.
and next weekend isn't. And then yeah, you'll have work. The weekend after that is probably
New
do the
Year's.
30th. Depends on if people are doing New Year's Eve stuff.
Eh.
Future problem. Future problem.
Yeah, future
Future
problem. But
I think if
last
Kate
time,
can't make the 30th, then we don't play because I don't want to miss another Kate.
Yeah.
that's fair. Last time, after dealing with some goblins across a bridge, you all continued onwards to find yourself at a crossroads. Except lumbering down this crossroads in your direction was a zombie frost giant, being herded down the road by some goblins. You all
Gas and took names.
leapt into action and began taking down the zombie frost giant with great help from Marcus casting fly. Even as goblins were taking pot shots at you guys from
Yeah.
behind the walls.
That was fun.
You guys were able to take it down, chase off the remaining goblins, and call it there. We
Don't
ended.
forget there was a T-Rex in the mix for.
Yeah,
I
I
was.
was-
Helene
I
was
was a
briefly a
T-Rex.
T-Rex.
And Eilif's ass became a pincushion.
Yes.
Because while Blossom and I both were fucked equally by damage, I took so many more shots. But I was also
Yep.
flying, so they were up the ass.
You
Yep.
were a little more visible and a little easier of a target.
Yeah.
But
Oh, also we learned that my echo can literally T-pose into the air. Gravity does not affect it.
we did learn
Yep.
this, yes, that gravity doesn't affect the which is whack.
Which
Yeah.
is very exciting.
We had a flying Eilif kind of going. Vroom, vroom, vroom.
Yeah, we really did. But
Yeah.
we pick up, I think, with you guys having set down, have set up camp essentially. Immediately following, some of you, needing more of a break than others.
For sure.
My ass
Yeah.
hurts more than it did in high school.
I do want to say I do cast Tiny Hut in our general area just in case
Yeah.
these guys come
God.
around for round 2.
Is there anything you guys are doing, as you rest?
I'm just dropping shit everywhere, apparently. That's what I'm doing. I actually had a small conversation thing I wanted to do with the whole group.
Okay.
Before resting. I need
Yep.
to find Hello. where
Blossom
are
has
you?
just hit another coma.
I mean, she got fucked up, so it's understandable. I need to turn down the music because it's a little also loud and distracting. I think like as we're sort of setting up and like flopping over, ready to not pass the fuck out fully, but pass the fuck out. I think Hello would be like, so I'd like to talk to you guys for a minute. I
You have
don't
the floor.
I don't want this to sound dickish, but I don't know how else to say it.
Uh-oh.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't have started off with that, but I won't lie, it kind of sucked to have been kept out of the loop with Blossom's weird map thing. because you all knew in some way, and I didn't know at all. And I'm not... I know you guys respect me, but it's... You treat me like a child. And yes, I know I'm a kid, and I know I won't understand every single nuanced thing there is in the world, because that just comes with age and comes with growing up. But I would like it if you guys would trust me with these sorts of things.
Mm. Hello, I understand where you're coming from. I can't exactly speak for the others. You know, like Sedge with his mark, or Blossom with her mark, I guess.
Blossom in the corners.
Yeah. But I guess if I have to play devil's advocate, I think it's less a matter of trust and more a matter of coming to terms with what's going on with them. And people come to terms with those things in different ways. I guess the best way I can explain it to you is, how come you didn't tell any of us right away about that mark on your neck?
I didn't know it was there.
You didn't feel anything
Or the freaky
was wrong at
dreams.
all? Yeah, or the freaky dreams. That's another thing.
How many times have I had freaky dreams, Jen?
Not
Not a lot.
ultimately not that often.
Like, I had, like, that one freaky dream in, like, the beginning when Helu unknowingly made the pact.
Yeah.
But there have been, like, no freaky dreams since.
Still a pretty significant dream, seeing recent events up until that point.
Yeah,
How
okay,
come?
that's...
What stopped you from telling us right away? I'm not necessarily blaming you for not telling us right away, but I think if you can answer that question, it might answer as to why the others might not have told you.
For me, I mean, I'm not, like, I've been pressuring Blossom to tell everyone since I found out, but it wasn't my business to tell. I was getting to a point where I was going to tell everyone because it was starting to, cause problems, a la what she was doing to the fucking rat man that we had tied to the tree. But I can understand feeling it unfair, because it seems like we all consciously chose to kind of not tell you, which, we should all just work on talking to each other in general.
Yeah.
That feels like a good thing to work towards.
Yeah, of course. I mean, another thing that I do want to point out in your case, Hello, I think the others weren't quite so keen on telling you because, how do I put this? We all kind of agreed, and we've had this talk with you already, and you seem to dismiss us, that you have your own things kind of going on that might get in the way of your faculties.
Okay. One, for this, and Helu gestures to the gem. My dreams, the weirdest dream was, I guess, when I got this.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought genuinely that it was a nightmare, because Renan was taken, and then Blossom was gone, and then we went to the Feywild, and then we came back, and we killed the dragon, and there was a lot, and I thought it was just the anxiety of everything.
Mm-hmm.
I've had no weird dreams since. Everything's been normal. Like, I can't even remember the last time I've really had a dream. It's all been very blank, which, I chalked it up to just stress. And if there were more nightmares, I'm kind of glad I didn't remember them.
Mm-hmm. Well, when I said there was stuff going on with you. I wasn't necessarily just referring to the gem.
No, you're talking about the animal thing. Okay. You asked me to trust you and to listen when you bring that up, so I am trusting you and listening to you. What the fuck are you guys talking about? Genuinely.
You are
Ah.
seeing the humanoids that we are fighting and killing as animals.
Yes. Now, everybody here but you can agree that all the things that we fought have been humanoids. Or some variant of it. But every time, well, on your end, for whatever reason, you chalk them up to being mice or wolves or whatnot.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. And she's having a very hard time finding the words because there is semi-irrefutable proof that her perception of reality is wrong, and she is not having a good time with that. I don't know how that happens. Or why.
Trauma, probably, knowing how
No,
this
yeah.
party works.
Can you at least acknowledge that it's a possibility now?
I can try. I don't know how to.
Hello, can I
acknowledging there's
ask you a
problem is the first
question?
step.
Yes.
What did we just fight?
The giant zombie fucking thing?
And?
On the bridge, and right now as well.
We fought a bunch of
Crows.
Crows.
You think we were stopped on the road on the bridge by some crows?
Not even bears or anything, or?
Yeah.
Well, there's a
You're doing those
bobcat.
goblins dirty.
You think a band of crows led this giant to us? Some very smart.
I mean,
crows.
have you seen crows?
Yeah, you know, I'll give them some credit. They can be smart creatures. I'm not sure if they're so smart they can organize a toll at a bridge.
And not a union. They didn't organize a union.
Crows
I live. Not.
Crows would organize a union.
We're not going to get into that right now. We can talk about it later.
No,
Okay.
for sure. Before we continue this conversation, Bones, you mind if I try something on you? Maybe it can shed some light on things.
Whose bones?
Sorry.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, who the fuck is Bones?
Mind if I try something on you? Hello. It might shed some light on some things.
Sure.
Okay. I'm just gonna see if anything's affecting you or if there's anything going on with this diamond. Alright, Marcus is gonna walk over to Helu. Whatever the casting time is, whatever. He's gonna do two things. He's gonna use Identify once on Helu as a person, and another time on the diamond as an item. So Helu to see if there's any spells on them or anything, and on the diamond to possibly get more information on it.
I would say besides my Helu was like, yes, unsure tone, but she's looking at you with like complete trust. Like there's no suspicion. She's just like right now just kind of wigged out by the whole conversation and the fact that her perception of reality could be faulty, which is scary.
So you cast Identify first on Helu and then on the gem. When you cast it on Helu, you touch a creature, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it. There's no distinct spell affecting Helu.
Okay.
There's maybe like the hint of something magical, but there's nothing major and nothing that would cause this sort of thing. This sort of like distortion of
Mhm.
reality.
No, totally. I'm not only looking just for Hello, but also anything from Map that might have been put on Hello. Just anything at all.
Not so much in this instance. For the gem, at least not so much on Hello. The gem is a little different. It is, yeah, very, very magical. And I forgot you were gonna cast this, so I forgot to write up an item card for it because I would
My
have.
bad.
But I'll give you the general gist of it. Is that this gem, this black diamond, is a piece of the Queen of Night and Dark of Air and Darkness's black diamond, and it serves as a line of connection between her and those who typically have a deal with her.
Huh.
Which allows her to see through it whenever she so chooses, first of all,
Oh,
as if she were casting the scrying spell.
fuck.
The second, the scry, of course, has to be centered on the person with the gem.
Yeah.
But second is that should she need to, she can call on those with the gem at any time.
Like Dream Hello.
Dream Hello.
That explains. Yeah, I was hoping that might explain that into some capacity.
But there is nothing in the gem that suggests this sort of distortion of reality effect. Which leads you to conclude that it is nothing, it is not a magical thing.
Interesting.
Just good old trauma.
Good to know. And I have scrying myself, so I do know its limitations. You're able to, see the person it's centered on in their surroundings, but also hear things around them as well. So if I were
Yeah.
to talk to Hello telepathically, and for whatever reason Mab was listening in on this moment, they would not be able to hear the conversation between me and Hello, correct?
Well, in theory, yes.
But
But the
it's not
rules,
being spoken out loud.
yeah, the rules get a little funky when you're dealing with an archfey, on Mab's level. In theory,
True.
you're right.
Yes. Huh. Interesting. God, do I say it out loud then? I guess either way, Mab's gonna know that I know now. Or that we all know now.
She's listening right now.
I think Hello will choose that moment after those two bits are done. It's just like, did you find out anything?
Yes.
We did just have a whole conversation about communication, so
It confirmed some fears of mine.
And Hello fucking wilts.
Marcus puts back on his glove. I don't think Marcus brings up the dream right away. But he's gonna bring up the scrying. The gem has a couple of effects on you. She can call on you when a need arises. And she can also monitor you. The same way I can monitor someone. Obviously, she's a god, so she might have a bit of an upgraded form compared to me. But nonetheless, Queen Mab can spy on us through you.
Hello looks absolutely devastated. And I think What did you mean by call upon me? I mean, she hasn't yet. So, what is she just like watching the perfect moment or something? Like,
She has
maybe
called on you.
she's- What? When? How?
I can't say for certain now. I need to research it further. But once I have a further grasp on it, I'll try to explain it to you as best as I can.
Mm, I think Hello. I think it's very easy for Marcus to tell that Hello wants to ask and like wants to
Is she
demand.
at any risk of being called upon and turning against us in like a combat scenario in the
Yeah,
foreseeable future?
I don't want to hurt you guys.
With what I know, yes, in a way.
What do you mean in a way?
Like I said, I only got an inkling of the whole picture. I'm gonna have to do some more research on it before I can give you a definite answer.
Guess please, what else do you know?
I'm reluctant to go too into it, seeing as how there's a possibility that you could be listening in. If you don't care about that, I can tell you.
That's not fair. Of course I care. Fine. Do your research.
Okay. I'm just worried if I say too much, I might be blocked from looking into it further.
I think Hello. What would she do? What would she do? I think even though she still looks absolutely devastated at this news, at this revelation, probably starts getting a little bit misty-eyed. But I think there's also a bit of resolve, and I think she'd look at Marcus determined. I want this bitch cut off.
We will reach that point. I can assure you that I'm trying my best to figure out a way. But something like that isn't as simple as applying a quick slash of a knife.
We tried a quick slash of the knife.
No.
We are not trying that.
Yes,
It was more to like provide fulcrum. Okay.
I would advise against that.
Yeah, I figured.
Considering how close it is to vital organs. No.
Vital. Yeah, no. Okay. Yeah.
But I trust you.
Mhm.
I'm just upset.
No, of course. It's pretty clear to me now that getting that diamond off your neck should be the number one thing on our list. We have no hopes of making a move against Mab if she can peer into our lives or into our plans.
What now then? I guess do I just like whenever you guys need to talk, walk off, or you guys have the conference call, or
I mean, no, of course not. It's not like we're doing anything right now that's too map intensive. And that might be more of an issue down the road whenever we decide to go back to the Feywild.
But something we should at least consider now before scrambling.
I say that, all of us just need to be self-aware of our words and take into account if we would want Mab to know them or not.
I need to shut up about everything to do with me.
I mean, yeah, you could always talk about
I don't
yourself.
really-
Just be aware that those kinds of things could be used against you by Mab.
I'm used to things I love being used against me at this point. What's one more thing?
I want
There
her to
is
hear these
always a
words.
tipping
She's a
point.
fucking bitch.
Eilish.
There's us. There's your family. Astrazeline. There's a lot of things.
If she goes after my family, I'm pretty sure we won't even have to worry. They'll just kill her outright. My mom will shame the Archfey into behaving.
I doubt that.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I think there is a moment though of like Hello being like, I don't know enough about this to actually say like agree or disagree. It's like, can moms actually do that? Is that like some weird power they have?
Moms have a
As
wonderful shaming technique called guilt.
Oh.
I can confirm that well, I never experienced it too much myself, but the power of a mother's guilt is like none other. Maybe not as powerful as to destroy or shame an archfey, Eilif, but it's definitely up there.
I'm pretty sure my mother shamed Chandria into letting them see me. So.
Chandria is a very reasonable person to deal with.
Yeah,
That is fair. That is true.
Chandria isn't a bitch. Unlike Queen Mab, who's a bitch. Fuck you. Shit, I probably shouldn't say that, huh?
But yeah, hello. I apologize if you felt unheard or unseen or untrusted. I just hope you understand that a lot of people tend to deal with their issues in different ways, especially when it comes to revealing those issues to a loved one. I find that most folks find it best to take the time to compose themselves before letting someone know of what's holding them down, basically.
Oh. I'm sorry.
No, of course. I think it's the same kind of respect that anybody in the group would give you if you felt the need not to talk about your own issues right away. You know how hard it is to put things into words, especially when you're hurting and when you feel alone.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes an hour, sometimes it's a couple of days on horseback before, the exact line of sentences needed to let someone know what's ailing you.
I get it. I get it.
No, of course. But you have all right to be upset, seeing as how everyone knew and everyone else knew in some capacity or the other. Hell, if it makes you feel any better, Blossom didn't even give me the whole picture. I think she gave Eilif more.
I was the only one that knew the whole picture, and boy howdy did I wish I didn't.
Yeah, I noticed that with everyone's faces doing face things.
Yeah. Did I mention that, like, during the whole revelation thing that she explicitly asked me to kill her if it came down to it, without the rest of you knowing the context. So
She. Whoa! Whoa! What?
did that not come up? Whoops.
Can you repeat that? What?
You already know this, Sedge. I told you while I was drunk.
No, can you say that again? I didn't catch it.
Oh yeah, no. It was the Do you guys did I mention during the spa day how Blossom explicitly asked me to kill her if it came down to it, and Mab was taking over, without having told the rest of you guys anything because she knows you guys would have like not been cool with that. So since she knew me the least at that point in time, and I was a soldier and a soldier. I was like, no, it'll work fine. It'll be fine. Kill me. You'll know when you have to do that.
Yes, Blossom did say that.
If Blossom wasn't passed the fuck out right now, I would shake her. And I think like Halu turns to Blossom. There's just like,
Oh, smee.
There's a loud. She gives out a
shit.
loud snore in that moment.
yeah, it's like Halu. It's the red eye emoji, but with like a heavy frown in Blossom's direction.
Huh. You know, since we're kind of going back and forth, before I forget to do this, hey Sedge, let me see your hands.
My hands? Sure.
I like to identify on Sedge's whole hand business.
Oh, on the dragon.
Oh
mark.
yeah.
Marcus, Sedge tries taking back his hand. Are you sure you want to do this?
Athledon? Athledon. Let him do it.
Out the dawn!
Well, it's of course it's Sedge's choice, but I do have to warn you, Sedge, maybe it is in your best interest to know as much as possible about this weird little rash you got in your hands. Especially
It's not
if
a rash.
Whatever. I don't know. That's why I'm casting this to find out what the hell it is. Of course.
Fine, just...
Does it react bad to magic? Are you just allergic to magic there?
I'm not allergic to magic, I'm a paladin.
I'll find
Allergic
out
to
in a minute.
magic with your hand. You could be allergic. I don't think you can be allergic to things,
Allergic-
specific things on parts of your body, but that's besides the point.
You can, but
So-
it actually typically requires being a like chimera. Like
Yeah,
in real life.
also-
Halu wouldn't know that.
Also, Don, we really need to figure out what's going on because you went like a little savage at the end of the fight.
Yeah,
The zombie?
your eyes like weird and dragony, like snowflakes.
We already have what? Yeah. Right, Snowflake is what you called the dragon.
Yeah, sorry.
Not-
yeah, we
not
call him
me.
Snowflake Dylan the Third. His actual name
I
is
don't call him
Biovade.
that.
Okay,
That's
but
the
it's
name.
funnier if we call him Snowflake Dylan the Third.
That's his
He
name.
tried killing countless people.
Honestly, that's
Look,
when you
humor is
humanize
how
a
I
more
cope.
funny name. However, please let Marcus do identify on your.
Fine.
Okay, if Sedge is okay with it, Marcus is going to cast Identify on his whole hand business to get as much info as he can.
You cast Identify, and what comes back, after 10 minutes or so, that it is known as an aberrant dragon mark.
Okay, figured.
Let me
Alright.
pull up details of it. Good. Aberrant dragon marks. At a game are typically an Eberron thing, but we're sort of manipulating it here.
Okay.
Stealing it.
Yeah.
We're stealing it.
The aberrant dragon mark sort of appeared on its own. There's nothing like linking it to Sedge for whatever reason, no bloodline shit. But you can tell that there is, as you identify it, some lingering connection to Cryovane.
That bitch is dead though.
It
Huh.
is
I was the one who dealt the killing blow.
Yeah.
Oh my god, are you possessed?
I'm not possessed. I
Damn,
didn't
is
turn
that
Marcus.
best?
I'm not
Well-
possessed, am I?
What
Sorry,
were
that
you?
was just funny.
What were you saying, Justin?
Is Sedge possessed?
No, Sedge is not possessed. Cryovane is dead. But you sort of general knowledge that dragons are wholly unique in the way that they interact with the world. Dragons are
Mhm.
sort of like magic incarnate in a lot of ways. And the death of a dragon. Let's see here. Hold on. Dragons are intimately bound up with the fabric of magic that like rids the entire material. Death of one, it's a pretty significant magical occurrence, and it is not uncommon for bring about a dragon's death to be changed forever in some way.
Okay,
Hmm.
interesting. Is there anything unique about this
Dang.
mark in particular?
Hit him with the changed forever.
Sorry, repeat the question.
Is there anything unique about this mark in particular? Because I'm not sure if they're used to spreading through its use. You know.
They I would think I would have you make me either an Arcana or a History check.
Oh.
Can I help?
Well,
I
hold
give
on.
my help.
I don't know if you could.
I give
'cause I
my
don't-
moral support as a help action.
No, I think I have to
I understand
actually,
if you can help me.
I think I actually have to veto this.
Yeah,
'cause-
no, that's fine.
yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
Would I be able to use a charge for this, DM?
Yeah, I think you should
As
be able
I'm
to.
not proficient in both. Okay, so I'm gonna do. What would be more effective? Roll up Arcana or History? I'm gonna do History.
Okay.
With that, that's gonna change it to a +5. All right, come on, buddy. I believe in you.
May
I
the
believe in you.
blessings of Addie guide you.
I got a 17 plus 5, 22.
Yeah, blessings of
Uh,
Addie.
See here. So, there are instances of dragon's death in which since wizards or other magic casters will like rush to be there at to bathe in the power of the dragon's death because it lingers long after death. But sometimes,
Mhm.
however, in a final sort of burst, a dragon's energy can like sort of embed itself or affect creatures nearby when it dies. There's I don't know if it would not a common occurrence for these sorts of things to spread like it is sedge.
Mm-hmm.
The rare times, the rare instances sort of thing happened, person has sometimes become a half dragon, which is different than a dragonborn. I want to be clear. There's actually a distinct difference between dragonborns and half dragons. But let's see here. Other times they begin displaying like other characteristics
Characteristics?
of the dragon. Not
Like
necessarily
Great.
in a good way.
Like being angry. Okay.
Like your eyes changing.
I am not angry. And
Yeah.
Sedge says that in a little like you know how like a fire dragon it sparks? It's like little like flecks of ice come from his mouth.
DM, is it safe to assume that in Sedge's case, it might be both? Because I mean, we're seeing the spread, but we're also seeing the features.
Okay, but like, is his hand turning like kind of claw-ish, or is he just getting like scales and still has his humanoid hand? Like, how different is this particular extremity looking?
I mean, I feel like either of those two would be a half dragon, having claws on your hands and or scales on your hands.
I don't know. It's...
They
I'm feeling more and more like a science experiment.
Yeah, you kind of are at this
You
point,
kind
buddy.
of are.
it
Ah.
would. I don't know if you could tell at this early stage what's happening. Whether the final effect will be something wholly physical or wholly
Is there a solution? A cure? A vaccine?
Vaccine?
Oh,
Depends-
by the
depends
Is it
on
like
my history.
HIV where you can take medication as long as you get to it before a certain point, like, and you're fine? then?
Erisys, give me strength.
I think
Even if we
Helu
can-
Helu pats his shoulder and is just like, I know, buddy. Me too. I get it. Sedge and Helu, science experiments.
And Blossom too. I was like, I also did some experimentation with Blossom because her magic's
Mhm.
getting fucked with. Did she tell you that at the spa? Did that come up?
No. Oh my god.
I'll let her handle that.
I turned to
when people,
glare.
like-
I turned to glare at Blossom.
It's Sedge
her
and
handle
Helu
that.
red eyes.
I'll let her handle that when she wakes up. That's her own. She can deal with that.
So yeah, DM, with my role, do I get any inkling of solution? I understand if I don't, but at the very least, we have somewhere to start if there has been cases.
I don't know if you would know of a solution entirely.
All right, okay, it makes sense. It's very rare. We know it's happened in the past, though, so at least we have a point of reference. But yeah, I guess I just tell everybody, it's an aberrant mark. For one, show is pretty obvious, but the most interesting part being there are two possibilities here with what we're seeing. Either Sedge can turn into a half dragon, and or he's picking up the characteristics of Cryobane, which we are seeing, or it might be both.
So what, he just becomes like a dragonborn?
No, there's a difference between dragonborns and half dragons, as far as I'm aware.
Oh.
Oh god. This is horrible.
Could be
Well,
worse.
Well, Sedge, maybe if you
how can
told us
it be
sooner,
worse?
maybe if you told us
could be
sooner,
dead.
we could have fixed the issue.
I didn't know it
Or-
was there.
Weren't you bandaging it up?
I was bandaging. Hold on, out of
Ah.
character. Out of character. I was bandaging it up, but like because Red and I were talking about some things. You know, some things happening.
Marcus is mostly referring to that whole insight that Red gave us, where it's like, yeah, there might have been a point where you could have taken care of it with a spell or something, but now it's past that point.
Oh yeah, that part.
Yeah.
Listen.
Listen.
Whatever's
Uh-huh.
funniest, right? Like we have to make this guy like traumatized too.
This is true.
What's a little trauma? What's a D&D campaign without a little traumatized guy? You know, like we have. That's what like this party's mostly comprised of. But you know, like you gotta have some layers to this onion, to this
We're
cake.
so not
Let's see how- Let's see how silly it is when Sedge rolls up back home and he's fucking shiny. You know what I mean?
His parents will be like, "What the fuck?
got new
Let's."
haircut or
No,
something?
I think what we talked about was like Sedge just straight up didn't realize what it was.
Assumed
Like,
it was
thought it was frostbite or whatever.
something that would go away with some time.
Then probably shit got
Oh.
a little real a little quick for him to
I-
like worry about it.
I didn't get that
Yeah.
impression when, we were stuck in the caves and he unbandaged himself and was like, okay, Dragon Mark time.
Yeah, that also was fair. It feels like he knew it was like one of those
I
like,
wanted
late
to
night-
do that. I wanted to do that to be dramatic. That was me, the player.
Okay, but
Okay,
you,
so
the idea,
you understand
idea
how
of,
it
like,
gives off that impression, right? Where Sedge,
no,
like,
I
knew
like
it
the
was gonna
idea
go-
that Sedge knew something was funky, didn't realize it was bad, just went, cool, new magic. And like figured it out at fucking like 3 in the morning on a watch, went, that's cool. Packed it up.
Anyways,
Anywho,
Yeah.
This will be
I
a
don't
fun
have time to
surprise
unpack all of
later.
that.
And then the fun
this is a
surprise
fun
that
Anyway,
you're picking up.
mystery box tool that will
Also, I think it was like steadily growing, and Sedge was having like moments of like anger that was like subtly flaring it up until
Uh-huh.
it got to that point, and now it's kind of at
Now
a
it's a
point of no
problem.
return.
all right, I'm starting
Now
to get
it's
the
a problem.
impression. I'm starting to get the impression the party just finds weird marks on their body. It's like, okay, whatever.
Hey,
Not a problem.
Isla knew their marks were weird. They just couldn't do anything about them.
Hold
They got
on,
treated by
wait.
scientists.
We all have weird marks on our body because
Hey,
Marcus
hey,
has
Marcus,
his brand.
real fast. Hey,
Yeah,
Marcus,
Marcus
real
has his
fast.
brand.
What the fuck happened to your eye?
Oh yeah, what the fuck? It's great now. Speed about weird shit
Well,
happening
you're
to
an adult.
You
When
just
did
noticed
that
that, Hello?
happen?
There's been a lot happening.
You couldn't really ask because when it happened, the whole drama happened, and then you were in Neverwinter.
What are you going on about? My eye's always been green.
No,
Marcus,
no, it hasn't.
I mean, my older version, you wouldn't know that, Isla.
But we would. But Salu and Sedge would. We met
We
your
We
absolutely
literally
version.
just had a whole conversation about communication, and we had emotional bonding. We had a whole thing. Cut the bullshit. What the fuck happened?
It's just a byproduct of my patron things. You know,
Oh
like
my
how,
God.
how Blossom has a different colored hair, or how Helu has a fucking rock in their neck.
You know, both of those things are bad, right?
Yeah,
those
and
are
I got
bad
mine.
things.
Okay, Marcus.
Mhm.
Is it hurting you?
No.
Actively.
No, it's not hurting me.
Did you want it?
I mean, in a sense.
Marcus.
What
I
are you
wasn't-
trade
That
for?
you
she
give us-
gives you the driest. And you know what? I feel like for a moment you see yourself in Helu giving you the driest deadpan look. She picked
It's-
that up from you.
It's hard to explain. I wasn't expecting to get this in particular. It's what it is. It's a boon. Okay. It has its advantages. That's all.
Okay.
What does it do?
Did you want it?
What are the
I wanted, you know, a bit of an oomph in my power capabilities. This is what I got. So yes, I guess. But again, it's a complicated thing because I mean, the reason that I got it was wrapped up in all the Blossom stuff. So I don't like the circumstances in which I got it. So there was a
Okay.
point in time where it would have been nice to have, but due to what
So
had to
Okay,
be
so
given,
you don't want it.
basically, what you're saying is that you're no different than the rest of us. I have my dragon mark.
Okay,
Hello?
okay, Sedge, hold on. That's being a little mean. I mean, it's right, but it's
I-
also being mean.
I do not care about being mean.
hey, you're hiding your mark. I didn't put a fucking eye patch on. Your shit's spreading, all right? My eye's just green. That's a little different.
It's not like Sedge is contagious.
I don't
He's
fucking
not,
know.
right? He's not actually
Yeah.
contagious, right?
I
Wow,
would probably
lovely.
want it at this point with the few times we've shared a bed, so like it's definitely not contagious.
Pause. What? I'm not gonna ask about that. Okay.
Like after my panic attack in the spa, like that's kept me company. Like,
It's a perfectly normal thing for people to
and
do.
then after our drunk night in Neverwinter while we were looking for you, we shared a couch.
Interesting. Okay.
The couch was very lumpy. I don't recommend
You were
sleeping
very
on that
lumpy.
couch.
You were very lumpy.
You
Me?
I would
Lumpy?
have taken the fucking couch over. Yes.
Marcus is side-eyeing Hello right now.
Yeah, Helu is just like Helu's like trying to will Marcus to conference call her. She is like trying to will him.
All right. Marcus conference calls.
Yes!
Hello wasn't the only thing that's lumpy.
Helu, I think the minute she realizes that Marcus has started the conference Skull is, oh my god, are they holding hands?
Most definitely.
Usually, like, catch the two of you having, like, a call, but he's too busy arguing with Isla about his lumpiness.
He's like, he tells Hello, most definitely. Just look at the lust in Sedge's eyes. Pan over to Sedge with a straight face, looking pissed.
Hello, I do not need to watch my two older siblings talk about them with the third.
Meanwhile, Eilif is like comparing the places they've slept on and how Sedge is arguably the lumpiest compared to even a fucking rock floor.
Me?
Y'all know-
Lumpy? Are you kidding me? I'm perfectly
You're hard.
fine.
Your muscles are all in
I-
weird fucking positions.
So what are you talking about?
swimmer's
My
body.
muscles are toned and they are firm. No lumps anywhere.
Yeah,
I think
that
Hello
makes them
starts
fucking
cackling.
lumpy. There's no switch to them.
I have plenty of squish.
Hello,
It's
I
not like
beg
I'm
to differ.
dehydrated.
Hello looks like that shaking, crying while laughing emoji. But Marcus just gets that like blasted into his brain as Hello's struggling not to fucking piss herself laughing.
I'm gonna end the connection. That's hurting my head.
It's just Hello cackling wildly into the ether.
You know what? We
Are
can settle
lumpier
this.
than the couch.
I was not lumpier than the couch. Arguably,
Yes,
you were
you-
lumpier than the couch. All
Excuse me.
bones and elbows and knobby knees.
There you
I
go.
am
So there.
Okay,
a
okay, you
strong
both are
fucking
the
soldier.
lumpiest.
I just pick Sedge up and I'm like, I am strong. I am not fucking thin.
You are. I don't care.
Hey,
And Sedge is like turning red, but he's still like looking at Eilif and arguing. He's just like, if you don't mind putting me down.
No, I have to prove a fucking point. You son of a bitch.
So, are you guys holding hands?
No.
No.
Uh-huh. Okay.
We don't hold hands.
Sure.
remember we discussed Hello. Everybody has their own time for.
Yeah, okay.
Expressing
okay.
things.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Has Hello ever had to talk? Did we?
Yes.
Yes, you guys have had
Yes.
the
I
talk
am
on
well
the
aware
road.
what
Yes.
Hello
we
Hello is
have.
now just being a little shit. This is holding hands is now code Hello for being just a little shitster because she can, because she's the baby, and it's
Mhm.
funny.
Yeah, you
Alright,
you
guys.
say that, like, are we holding hands? And I imagine that both Sedge and Eilif just stop in the middle of their argument and, like, look at you. She's like, what?
Register
No,
that
we're
there
not.
are other people here, and it's just like, no.
All right, guys.
Now.
Maybe we should start getting ready for bed. You two, I would recommend not sharing a sleeping bag. It might be too lumpy or whatever you call it.
I
Hey
think that's
Marcus,
Marcus,
hey
I
Marcus,
will
hey
end
Marcus, hey Marcus, Marcus. No, Eilif walks over to Marcus, puts a hand on his shoulder, and goes, "You may be a very powerful warlock. However, I have a knife. Don't fucking test me, boy."
I think you're talking about pricking the wrong person, Eilif.
Oh my god, I fucking pick up Marcus and throw him.
And then as Marcus is tossed, Tiny Hut goes down and then it's
Yeah.
killed again.
We'll just toss him
How
out
about-
and
I
into
throw
the
Marcus
snow.
into the snow,
Uh,
and then I pick up the snowball and I fucking chuck it at him. I'm like, "You motherfucker!"
Fight, 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 fight!
oh my god.
I'm going to bed. All of you assholes can do your own, can heal your own wounds.
I pick up some snow and throw it
Aw.
at Sedge's face.
What spells do I have? Hold on.
Damn.
That's the right question to be asking.
It's
You know
gonna
what?
be so
I
bad.
turn to Porsche and I say Porsche. I turn to Porsche and I'm like, Porsche, deal with him.
Oh no! Oh no!
You got it,
Marcus, run!
boss.
I do not want to have to kill your horse. Don't do
And
this
you
to me.
see Bush just turn and start ominously stepping towards you in
Oh
the snow.
no!
Oh no.
Oh no! Hey, Sedge,
Before
Sedge! Whoa!
it just
whoa!
walks around, before he walks around like a snowbank, like ass facing you, you see him prepare, and he just like back kicks the whole mound of snow onto you.
I think Marcus kind of digs himself out of the little small mound. He looks over to Swifty. He's like, "Why are you just standing there? Do something!" And Swifty probably just starts dancing in place.
Yep. Yeah.
I choose you, Swifty.
And so,
I think Hello, while just still wildly cackling, would go and help Marcus out of the snowbank.
And if I live from the top rope of the snowball to Hulu!
Oh, now it's on! Now it's fucking on! Okay, it is like actually on now. Hello will like, it is like the size of like two of her heads together make a snowball and fling it.
Running!
Oh yeah, no! Get back here! Get fucking back here! I'm shoving this down your fucking shirt!
No, not my shirt!
Get your shirt!
Hides behind Sedge, just like, Sedge, protect me!
Move out of the way,
Sedge
Sedge!
moves out the way. You see, Sedge moves out the way. He's like, that's between you two. Sorry.
Can Hello just take the snowball and just, like a pumpkin, punk it onto Tyler's head?
Oh yeah.
Like
Yes!
and I think
And it
Hello,
fucking wobbles around, and it's just like,
I think Hello stops, like surprised that it worked, and it just fucking drops. It just fucking drops. It is again crying with laughter.
I think Marcus is doing a thing where he's having a mage hand make a whole bunch of balls for him, and he's like throwing it at the nearest person like a turret.
Meanwhile, Blossom.
The tiny hut is down. She's getting snow on her, and she is out cold.
no, it reminds her of her coma nightmare. She's perfectly at home.
Oh,
I'm so
God.
sorry you're not here to defend yourself.
I know. It would be so. She would probably fireball us. Let's be real.
Oh, 100%.
true that.
No, I feel like it's just evolves into like a free for all of just absolute chaos.
Oh yeah.
Most definitely.
Ylif has their echo starting to fucking throw shit, just like appearing, and like, they're not switching places with the echo because they don't want to make like their shit worse. But they're just having their echo appear, fucking fling snowballs, use the 20 strength, and going flipping into like snow onto people.
Look at
They
this
do, in fact, dump snow on Sedge.
suplex Marcus into a snowbank.
Hello would absolutely also pick Sedge up and toss him into a snowbank.
Hello, we need to tag team against Marcus and Sedge.
Yes!
With our strengths combined.
We will ruin you!
Yeah, of course, lump me up with the guy who doesn't want to be a part of this.
No, I start being a part of it. I have Porsche running interference and Mercedes. Running distraction.
No, Mercedes is with Falcon right now because we didn't get her.
Still,
Yeah. We didn't pick her up.
They weren't bringing
My poor
Mercedes to
dog.
fucking Neverwinter.
Oh yeah, we weren't. I forgot we stopped in Neverwinter.
That was the whole
But Porsche is
fucking Neverwinter.
I forgot that Mercedes wasn't there. I thought, she was just chilling. Anyway, I definitely start like balls that Marcus is making with Mage Hand. I'm shoving snow down Halu's trying to shove snow down Halu's shirt, and I don't have any. I don't have any spells.
I think.
You know what? I'm like, you know what? Fuck you guys, and I cast Zone of Truth.
God, wait, you think the Zone of Truth save them?
Oh my god, do we?
Yeah, I guess you do.
What?
Oh my
What is it, charisma?
I think so.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm a -1! I'm rolling your dice, Jen. The dice you got me. You better fucking.
I'm laughing so hard. I rolled a nat one.
I failed. I got an 11.
I got a 13. What's the save?
Probably like a 15 or 16.
Did all of you fail?
Yeah. Did Sedge also fail? Are they in the zone?
What's yeah? Oh, I have a +10 to my charisma save, so yeah, that's a 19.
Oh.
What is your save
I
DC?
succeed. It's 15.
Oh, we all fail.
We all fucking failed.
Oh,
That's
my
so
God.
funny.
So yeah, you cast Zone of Truth, and suddenly all of you are incapable of lying.
You are a
But there was-
motherfucker.
I throw a snowball. Marcus, was it you who ate my last pair of good rations?
Yes, it was, and I loved every second of it.
I'm gonna.
We're on the same team. Stop.
Was it you who used my sword for practice the other day and didn't tell me and it was oily after you finished?
Oh damn, Willie.
Damn.
Who?
You, Ylif.
Oh, no! I have my own fucking swords!
It was me.
I'll figure out who did it, damn it. Marcus!
Oh man. I do want to say, I think Marcus gets way too into the snow fight. He uses fucking mold earth to make like barriers of earth, and then like
No,
also
Isla
like
is starting to do their fucking trench warfare knowledge.
yeah. I was about to say I can use mold earth to literally make a trench right away for me. So like
Yeah, Ilif is using their trench warfare of literally fighting the tunnels, just starts fucking making tunnels out of snow. They're coping. They're fine. Legitimately, this is fun for them with the tunnels. They're just like,
Hello?
I have become a
Hello?
snow rat.
Halu has climbed a tree and is just pelting everyone from above while using the branches as cover, and is just like, "You'll never take me alive! I will defeat all of you! You shall be covered in snow from head to foot!"
oh my god, what
Meanwhile, Ilif like pops
Hello,
up, grabs them by their leg,
I
and
know
drags
you're the
them
one
into
who
the
took my
snow.
last make. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Go with your rant. Go. It's funny.
I was about to say hello. I know it was you who took my last book of poetry. I know it.
That was me. I'm sorry.
Hey, Liv.
I
Well,
want to read your poetry.
he may have taken your last book, but I took your first book after you talked to the animals at the barn at
You
Butterskull
told me that
Ranch.
was Marcus. You told me that was Marcus.
I lied! I still have it. I like the notes you made in the margins. I added my own. Sorry.
I love you guys.
It's like, and then Isla fucking turns, having popped up out of the snow, grabbing Marcus by the ankles, like, Marcus, were you the one that switched my left socks with my right socks?
How can you even tell?
I have them labeled!
That's when Oscar pops in and goes, "No, that was me."
I was about to say, I kind of wish I did that one. That's you're weird enough to label your socks.
They have a very specific feel if they're not left or right.
I can't think of any.
Oscar is not even in the zone of
No,
truth.
this is
He's
the perfect time for you to fucking
He's
you
a
guys to
shit
fucking-
stir.
Little shit stir.
yeah, he's like, "Oh, we're doing
I
this now."
Marcus, did you give Oscar?
Wait,
My,
hold on.
bag
Arsha was trying to
connecting.
say something.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was trying to debate whether or not I asked this jokingly, but like full seriousness, but quiet enough that Halu doesn't hear it.
Oh.
It's
Oh.
just to Marcus, and it's just like, have you and Blossom fucked?
Marcus is not speak.
I think, like, at the same
This
time.
is payback for the fucking shit you were pulling earlier with me instead.
Halu, like, yells over, Marcus, was it you who gave my macadamia nuts to Oscar a few weeks ago?
No, I think he just took them. He just
No,
takes
that
them.
was me.
Oh,
A betrayal.
How dare you!
He
I'm going
asked.
to fill your socks with dirt and
I'm
bugs.
gonna fill your shoes with soup.
No, not the soup.
I'm gonna fill your armor with fish.
Jokes on you, I like fish.
I don't want you
Slimy
to smell like
fish,
fish.
muddy fish, fish that cause rust. Rust your armor, I bestow a curse of rust upon you! And I pelt him in the face with snow.
We're just having a grand old time, aren't we?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
really
Meanwhile,
are.
Blossom is just buried under snow, going home.
She's like insulated now. She's nice and toasty.
I put like a blanket over her.
She's insulated now. She's nice and toasty.
You
Imagine one of
guys-
us like
You can't
say
fucking
something
talk
again,
about
and then like,
burying
and then no one like fesses up, and no one fesses up, and then Blossom just turns over and is like, "I did it." She me.
That one was me.
Oh, me.
I think what's even funnier though is that did you do this and no one fesses up and so just everyone quietly just turns to look at Blossom.
Like it happens one time and we're like, okay, that's kind of funny. And then it keeps happening and we're like, this fucking bitch. Lovingly.
This bitch affectionate.
This bitch
Yeah,
affectionate.
God, I fucking love it all.
You guys can spend you guys can tire yourself out with the snowball fight, having genuinely a grand old time and like a much needed levity after everything that happened.
Yeah.
And eventually
Oh,
you all trudge back to where Blossom is. Marcus can
Burn
set up
us
tiny
out.
can reset up tiny hut.
Caleb is just like taking off the fucking under, because I think they were still in their armor, so they were just like taking off their armor, taking off the wet clothes and hanging it over the fire, and they're just like, I have had so much of snow in my life, and yet this was the most fun I've had in it. I spent 6 months in the winter part of the fucking Feywild.
Ew.
Ah!
That's
Well-
damn, that sucks, bro.
Well, it's good that you're making better memories with all of us here now. It's better to have good associations with things.
Yes,
I'm fine.
lumpy couches.
Get soup on the fire.
Oh yeah, soup time.
And-
Soup time.
Pull out like my secret stash of hot chocolate.
Whoa! I've read about this shit.
I pull out my
That
secret
brings out,
stash
like,
of mini
the,
marshmallows.
Seth brings out like some nicer bread that he got from Neverwinter. Like I don't have anything fancy, but
No,
for
we
the
can
soup.
make bread bowls. Oh yeah.
Oh my god, we can make bread bowls.
Hold
Well,
on.
bread
know
bowls,
what?
they have to be stale. They might be stale at this point, honestly.
Hello? Hello?
So we
Will
have graham crackers.
add chocolate. She'll also donate some of her macadamia nuts to this fun concoction dinner.
Oh yeah. It's coming along.
It's a lovely little like family dinner here around the
Minus
campfire.
Blossom.
Blossom is included in the fact that she's right there snoring away and is clearly safe enough to sleep like this.
Yeah.
But you all warm yourselves by the fire. You're that special brand of tired that comes after a snowball fight, after a day in the snow. Like,
I think
I speak from
Sedge,
experience.
like,
Sorry, go
I
ahead.
think Sedge also mother hens everybody, so to make sure like no one gets like pneumonia or shit like that. Fantasy pneumonia.
It's not even fantasy at that point. That's just pneumonia.
Helu probably like hems and haws, and it's just like, oh god, Sedge, wow, the like is giving him grief, but is taking it. But also is just like, probably also mother hen's back, oddly enough. It's just like, make sure you change your socks, and if you heat stones in water and then put them in socks, they actually dry it off faster, that sort of a thing.
Ylif is the worst person to mother hen with this. They're just like, I know what I'm doing. Meanwhile, they're sitting there with wet socks because they do not want to take off their socks and have bare feet.
I just stand with charging my stuff dry.
That's not the part
Thaumaturgy do
that's fun.
that? I thought Thaumaturgy...
Prestidigitation can do that. Thaumaturgy cannot, I believe.
Yeah,
Oh.
fuck you, you're stuck with wet shit also, plebeian.
That is booty. Mm-mm-mm.
Helu would probably throw like an extra pair of like wool dry socks at Ylif. It's just like, just change it to fucking these for now.
They're wool.
They're warm!
They're itchy.
Not
Ylif,
these!
please tell me you haven't
They're the
been.
nice soft kind!
Ylif,
shit.
please tell me that you haven't been wearing cotton socks this entire time.
I neither confirm nor deny.
Oh
that
my
means he
God.
has. That means he
The
has.
silence is- Ylif has a bit of the tism. Leave them alone.
Just a
Okay,
tad.
but what if it's like the nice, super soft wool?
Like the kind that have
Socks.
clearly like been worn and taken care of, so they've been worn down so that they're like nice and soft.
Yeah, the Ylif is fine with that. It's just that they didn't have that shit in the Feywild. They had the soldier shit in the Feywild.
Well, now they have the family shit in the Prime Material. Fuck you.
Yeah. Ylif's just like, I was 6 months without wool socks. I just put on 4 layers of cotton socks and it was fine.
How did you not get like foot
All of
rot?
you are going to give me
Maybe
a
missing a few
hernia disc one of
toes.
these days.
Fuck you, I know how to wear proper weather socks. Because
might be
I'm the
missing
good kid and I know how to do that. Boy, I'm pulling like full little shit Helu out today.
That's fine.
We haven't had a session in a while.
Yeah.
This is true.
We'll get Hella some nice socks.
I have nice socks. It's Ylif who doesn't have nice socks.
I'm not so sure about that when Ylif kind of labels their left from their rights.
Ylif has nice socks that are good for the tism.
Those are some nice socks then. Tism socks are
They also
high quality.
probably just had socks that were charmed to be warm.
You have nice
Mm.
cotton. You have nice cotton socks. But those are not winter
I think their
socks.
solution to the winter sock problem was they literally just spent like an entire like half a year's savings on getting socks charmed to be warm.
Listen, if your feet are cold, I'm sure Sedge would allow you to borrow,
Do not
socks.
even
You
finish
guys are
that
already sharing a
sentence.
bed, so makes sense to me.
I smacks Marcus upside the head.
If anyone needs to be talked about not sharing a bed, it's you and Blossom.
What the
Okay,
hell?
but they're like officially a thing, I guess. Don't people do that?
Yes, they do.
Normally? Well, not normally, I should say, just generally.
So sharing a bed does not need to be inherently romantic. I will have you know.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not saying it's not, but they're an item, so it's generally,
Said okay, you were going.
expected that they cuddle.
I'm just saying it's happened multiple times between the both of you by the sounds of it.
Twice.
Okay.
Has it happened a
Oh.
third time? Am I forgetting the time such?
Well, let's get tucked in and see if you guys
Hey.
wander in for a third time.
Yeah, I'll let you all figure out, cuddling in whatever
So we
form
didn't
there
figure
is
out
cuddling.
watches.
I am fine in my nice, snuggly sleeping bag with so much room by myself.
Hey, Oscar, go huddle with Hello.
If you touch me, flying
I'm
scale
good
rat,
right
I will
here.
toss you.
Damn,
he-
flying scale rat's crazy.
You like you
It's
you don't
not-
even
it's
have to
not
start
said-
before Oscar like pops his head up from where he's like tucked against Blossom, and he's like, "No, I'm good."
It's not like said with any heat either. It's just like no, just a deadpan, sarcastic no from.
Damn,
I'm glad
Marcus, you're
we came.
corrupting her.
I'm glad we've come to an agreement, Oscar.
Just like buries into Blossom's hair.
Now that it's free from the fucking fedora.
Thank God, yeah.
And the hair has been fixed after the fedora situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, God.
You all can get.
Are we doing watches?
Oh yeah. What
Should we do
what
watches?
is the watch situation?
Hello can go first. I think she's gonna try and do a little bit of journaling.
Fair, yeah.
I'll do whatever's left.
So that is Helu on
Do
first
Sedge and
watch.
Olive take one together? Or are they taking them separately? We can assume Blossom's just out for the fucking night.
Yes.
I'll do
They
second
can
watch.
take one together.
I guess we'll do third.
All right. You all tuck in. Helu stays up for first watch to. For the sake of brevity, I won't have you roll. You know, you guys just had a big combat. I'm not gonna throw anything.
There is something I
Immediately
want
after.
to do during my watch, if
Yeah.
possible.
So Helu is on first watch. Is there anything you want to do, Helu, on your watch? In particular?
Not really. I think Helu spends the time sort of calming down, but also sort of writing about what had happened. I think it's like a couple of different things, mostly just writing, but it's like different forms of writing. I think it's like starting to parse out what everyone else means when they say, they haven't been fighting animals but people, and sort of the beginning emotions of that. I think it's then Helu being like, ow, this is kind of hurting my head and it's really upsetting. I'm gonna move on to something else. It's then sort of journaling about, what they fought today, and then after, and then the general conversations, but mostly about the snowball fight and the s'mores. I think part of it is almost like a letter, and I think it could be inferred that it's like being written to Ronan. But I think it's sort of also like like another part of it is also sort of like a letter to the rest of her family, sort of describing, everyone here and who they are and who they mean to her, because Ronan's met everyone besides Aleph, but that's sort of besides the point. But it's almost sort of like writing to sort of describe these people to her adopted family.
Right.
But it's a lot of all very like contemplative.
Yeah, you spend a watch doing some self-reflection. I think it's the beginning of something very, very valuable, but it's only the beginning. but your watch can come up, Marcus. Although wake up is probably not the right term.
Yeah, he's probably just working with his alchemy kit,
Yeah,
pulling some bottles and whatnot.
Go to find him, and you find him awake, working with alchemy kit.
I think there's a moment where Hellu wants to ask, but I think it's again remembering the earlier conversation. Let's sort of the question of why the fuck aren't you asleep? Pretty much be left alone, and I'll sort of tap him in and be like, your turn.
Oh, all right.
And
Yeah, I think Marcus was like zeroed in on his stuff, but yeah, once he sees you tap him in, he turns off the little lighter ignition thing of his
Bunsen
kit,
burner.
and yeah, his little Bunsen burner.
Fantasy Bunsen burner.
Yeah. He goes off to whatever corner of the hut has the most visibility. I do want to say it probably looks like I know I can make it like any color, or I can make it dark. I wonder if I can make it. I have to see if I can make it a certain color. I would probably make it like a shade of white to blend in with the snow.
Yeah, I think you can customize it. It's no problem.
Yeah.
You model it so it matches the like deep snow we're in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
exactly.
Yeah.
Probably goes
That
over to a
effect.
corner with the most visibility. And I'm gonna do some recon is what I wanted to do. He reaches into his pocket. He has small little objects in his pocket that he just kind of tosses up back down in his hand, tosses up again. It's the dice from the goblin who dropped it. I'm planning to do two things, but the first thing I want to do is scry on the owner of these dice.
Okay, all right.
What goblin was this?
One of the goblins that attacked us. He left us behind.
Was this at the bridge or with the dead thing?
We
The
killed
dead
everything
thing.
at the bridge, so the dead thing.
One of the ones that got away.
No, we didn't kill everything at the bridge. One got away, I believe.
Yeah, one got away.
Oh, yeah. Damn, our
Uh,
track record.
what is the save?
I'm calculating it right now. Would you say that I know?
What's your?
Oh,
That's what I'm asking.
Wisdom 17. There's just also
I'm aware.
a negative 2. Okay, all right.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I am very
No,
familiar
totally.
with
No, that's right. That's
After
right.
how many fucking times?
Yep.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's my bad. I was just doing my own calculations. But yeah, Wisdom 17 base.
have a possession, so they have the goblin has -4.
Mhm.
Try to decide if your knowledge would be technically secondhand or firsthand, because you didn't really meet him.
Mhm. That's what I was trying to decide too. So I'll leave it up to you.
I think I kind of want to say probably secondhand.
Makes sense. So it'd just be +1 then, right?
Yep. He has a +1 to his saving throw.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. You hold the dice, cast scry, and you feel your vision pull away from its body, from out and away over the snow to where vision of a camp in the woods, decently far away from what you know, appears, which is some of the goblins that got away, sitting around a fire, something roasting over a spit, playing games, sharpening weapons, maintaining armor, that sort of
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm mostly trying to get any background talk during these 10
Yes.
minutes. Maybe the amount of goblins, or more importantly, is any talk of us.
Let's see here. I think there is some chatter in the background. She's not gonna be happy. She told us not to do things on our own. Yeah, but it was funny, wasn't it? And like, okay, it didn't work. We find new targets.
Interesting.
Sort of, the basic gist of the conversation we get is that one, you weren't specific targets. You were just the latest marks.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
And two, there is talk of like, she's not gonna be happy.
Mhm.
Oh, but what does she care? She doesn't leave the fort anyways.
Oh,
Sort of stuff.
okay. Referring to their leader. Oh, they say fort though. Yeah, how does the camp look?
The camp is, a pretty like not unlike yours. Some tents, a campfire, and some supplies around. It looks like it's easy to put up and easy to break down.
Uh-huh.
Like they don't expect to stay here come the morning.
Ah, okay. So this is not their main camp, is what I'm getting. This is a temporary camp.
This just looks like potentially either a scouting party or a raiding party or a group that is, not their main camp.
Group of bitches.
Uh-huh. I'm inferring that their main camp would be a fort of some kind. Maybe an abandoned fort?
Sounds
Who
like
knows?
it.
Huh. Good to
Such
know.
I know.
We're gonna fucking
Yeah.
hunt them down.
If there's anywhere that we can learn about it, it's in the town that we're going to. Now that I know it's a fort, they should be able to tell us about any forts in the area. More importantly, any forts that'd be up to grabs for goblins, which would be something that's abandoned.
Yeah.
Huh. Good to know. Right. Huh. I don't see anything else important, right? Like how many goblins are in this temporary camp, I guess?
It's maybe a handful.
Mhm.
Probably
Yeah.
like
I'm guessing these
7.
are just the guys that jumped us before, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. All right. Good to
Nothing.
know.
Nothing on their buddies being like, man, those group of assholes fucking smoked us.
Those flying group of assholes with a T-Rex.
It was well, so it didn't work. They were a bit hardier than we expected.
Oh,
What I had said
okay.
was that you guys
Hardier
weren't
T-Rex.
yeah, you guys weren't there's some like, did you see that shit? What the fuck?
Okay.
Sort of we stumbled across some real adventurer types. We'll get better. We'll have better luck next time.
Okay.
You weren't intended targets. You were just the next victim.
No.
Mhm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We'll be their last victim.
Got some valuable information though. All right.
I like
Okay.
it.
So yeah, I think
They'll be our victims.
Yep.
yeah.
Jesus.
It lasts 10 minutes, so I kind of stick around for 10 minutes until it fades away. But I make a note of that. That their camp is some kind of fort of some kind.
Yeah.
I was gonna use commune with nature, but I'm not gonna do that, seeing as how this is a temporary camp, and there's a good chance this fort might be more than 3 miles away, seeing as how they had to set up camp halfway there or something.
Yeah. All right. Is that it for your? Is that it for your watch?
Man, I almost want to use contact other plane again, but that is. What's my intelligence throw at? Yeah, it's not a good idea since
Yeah,
we're
you
so
wanna-
vulnerable.
Wanna
Yeah.
be speaking gibberish?
We're just extra vulnerable out here, so I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, that's me. And then I wake up Elephant Sedge and whatever sleeping bag they're sharing tonight.
They're not sharing a sleeping bag.
I know, just kidding.
Sedge will kill you.
Damn,
Actually, they're not
this is
sharing a
oath.
sleeping bag yet.
Yeah, do that. I think I'm just gonna go read the book that I took out. And yeah, that's me.
Well, so you wake up Sedge and Isla for their watch, and then go back to your tent.
Yep, that's me.
Sedge and Isla, are you guys doing anything in particular?
Now we just stare at each other for like an hour and then we go back to bed.
I was gonna say, Isla's just like, kind of just like, can you believe them and their hand holding shit?
Sedge takes a very long minute to reply. Says, no.
That's
Just
a
such a way
long
with
time to
words.
reply, Dawn. Like, you,
Sorry, just a little tired.
I mean, I can take the watch by myself if you want to go like, take a nap.
No. I appreciate your company, Isla. So I'd rather be on the watch here with you.
Oh, okay. Yep. You. Iris is just clearly a little, like, just that little bit flustered of the, how the fuck do I continue this conversation?
This is so funny.
Your watch can pass an awkward silence if you guys would so choose. If you guys
No, I think Isla eventually is just like, hey, so that poetry you were telling me about, tell me more about it.
Sedge like breathes out like a little laugh and it's like, yes, the poetry. Like Halu said, I used to when Halu, Marcus, and I first started on this little adventure of ours, we were just I'm sure we've told you this a million times. We were just doing odd jobs around Phandalin that any novice adventurer could do. And it took us to farms more often than not, sometimes. And I would read poetry to the farm animals.
Right,
They
yeah,
quite
you
enjoyed it.
mentioned that.
Yes, the farm animals quite enjoyed it. I kind of miss doing it. It was, even though there was the dragon flying around, and we hadn't yet met you or Blossom, those days were a little bit more simpler.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
I'd
wouldn't be trading
imagine.
them for. I wouldn't be trading them for anything now. I can imagine doing so. But if you would like to hear some of the poetry, I'd be more than happy to oblige.
No, I'd love to hear some.
Sedge says some poetry. I don't have the bars.
Marcus 100% eavesdropping on this conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you guys
really.
are certain that Marcus is asleep. Meanwhile, Marcus is awake the entire time. He's probably stopped reading his book. I'm joking. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
I did. Wait, I did want to say something after the whole thing was done. I think now that they're both taking watch, I would try contact other plane, but I could do that after the whole poetry thing. So I could
I
say
think the
that's
poetry
taking up
thing
his
would be
attention.
more. Yeah, the poetry thing is like until I don't know, Sedge fucking runs out of poetry.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it goes through or not. So. Or
Shit,
my
I
brain
got
was
some
done.
bars to spit from the private server that Justin and I are in, but I'm not gonna do that to myself. That's a little bit too embarrassing.
I was jokingly, and you can tell me if this is like fine or not, Justin, but perhaps like Marcus starts casting it, starts hearing the poetry, and is like, "Hold on, I gotta listen to this."
You know what?
then-
Why not? A couple of verses, and then I'll do it.
gotta get the tea on these two.
Oh, yeah. Something about lumpy couches. Let's go.
Funny you should say that because Sedge, after he finishes, he takes a moment and looks at Isla with kind of like probably like a half smile, kind of like joking but trying not to joking, but it's like, am I really that lumpy to sleep on?
I honestly can't really remember because I was very drunk. So I
We were
cannot
both
actually.
very drunk.
I can't speak to the. I might have been confusing literally the goddamn air for lumpiness.
I love these.
Well,
Marcus
hold
got
on, I
up,
gotta get through
up
this.
against his tent
I-
right now.
I gotta get through this. Gentlemen, I can't. I'm embarrassing myself. Sedge, does like a, well, if you ever wanted to share a bed or something like that again, I wouldn't be too opposed to it, especially to hear your opinion of if I'm lumpy or not again.
Whoa. Marcus
Shut
kind of
up!
chuckles himself
Shut
like
up!
he's trying his best not to make a noise right now.
The hand slaps over.
I live fucking passive perception of being a 20, but right now with Matt statement, it's just at a 9. I'm just like, full eyes wide, face flushed like shit's just like, I mean, I won't say no to that offer.
Such you dog.
I mean, I think a sleeping
You
bag
think
is
you're
a good
sleeping?
alternative to a bed.
Sedge, like, he, like, releases, like, a really deep breath, and he's like, oh. And he says, maybe not now, but,
I feel like if that happened now, we'd never hear the end of it.
oh, absolutely not. Between Halu and her hand-holding and Marcus being Marcus, and then
And Blossom trying to give
Blossom
me
also,
just
and then,
Blossom being Blossom.
yes, absolutely not right now. But
Also, I really genuinely think the sleeping bags are too small for that.
they are.
They're made for one person.
Halu has
And-
a
and-
double.
Yeah, and then Sedge, like, holds his hand out like he's going to do something, and then closes it and lays it on Isla's shoulder.
Hey.
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 Hey. Stabs the fuck out of him. Sorry.
Thanks, Spider-Verse Russian. And it's like, I value you, Isla. Probably not as much as everyone. I mean,
Oh.
more, but not as more. Not in that. Sorry. It's been a while.
Come on, Rachel, then. Really?
A while since you've told someone you appreciate them.
I don't appreciate the others like I appreciate you.
What?
What?
Oh shit.
Whose am I gonna have is Isla going to be right now? That's a 4.
Oh no!
Isla's like, but haven't you known them for longer? Why wouldn't you appreciate them more?
I appreciate them differently.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Isla somehow has gotten more flushed and just it's like
Man, that 17
Appreciate-
charisma's not doing shit for Sedge.
Meanwhile, Isla's fucking 9 charisma out here on point right now. Like, I appreciate you too.
I'm actually really happy to hear that. I don't know what's going to be in our future, but hopefully when all this blows over, both of us can try leading normal lives that maybe intersect with each other.
Oh,
I like the sound of that. My priorities for so long have been for AstraZeneca and only for AstraZeneca. And I've missed similar opportunities to let someone know I appreciated them because of that. And I'm so thankful to have met you, and the circumstances, as complicated and bad as they are, that I met you met you in a situation and circumstance that let me see beyond my responsibilities to my city. And remember that I can have a life outside of my city.
I'm sorry, reading the memes.
Sorry.
I'm ignoring the memes right now for a fucking good reason.
Good.
Sedge says, we have a lot in common in that regard. My duty has always been to temple, to my family, what my family represents, more accurately. And it's hard. It's very hard not having anyone to rely on who understands the exact thing, maybe not the exact things, but similar things that have gone on. What I'm trying to say is, if I'm happy, I'm also happy that our circumstances brought us to meeting each other. And maybe I would change a lot of things, but I wouldn't ever change meeting you.
Ilip is just kind of smiling and just leans against him. It's just like, it's just kind of happily content and like quiet.
Yeah. You guys can spend the rest of the watch in a more comfortable silence.
Marcus
God,
is just
you're
fucking
rude.
flabbergasted in his tent right now.
bro, I was ready to offer up the break the tension Marcus Appear thing.
I was kind of half hoping you'd like message Sedge and be like, "Come on, man, go for it, bring it home."
I was waiting for a sentimental moment. I also
See,
love
we
the
got
idea.
there. We got there organically.
Yeah.
I,
We got there,
I also love the idea that if there was a latent Marcus would pop up like, oh man, I really gotta go use the bathroom. Oh man.
We got there organically. We got there.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That for you.
Got it. Between my real life negative charisma and Sedge's like 17 and Ilif's negative charisma and Arson's real life charisma, that's neutral.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it cancels it
I
out.
don't know if that.
Like a 15, 14-ish.
Somewhere around there.
There we go.
Somewhere around there. Yeah, Marcus definitely steps away from the side of his tent with his little cum. He's like, yeah, they're definitely boning.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, they
then,
haven't even
that's what
kissed
you-
yet, you motherfucker.
They haven't even held hands.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, they totally stepped over the held hand things. I think you hold hands before you sleep in a bed with someone 2 times.
It wasn't like that.
Oh man, I was ready for like, it's kind of cold out here. You want to hold hands? Oh,
We're in
man.
tiny huts. Not even that's a lame excuse.
Oh man.
It's
Yeah.
still it's still an excuse.
Now that I'm done
Part
eavesdropping,
of it
can
is
I
they will
actually,
not fucking let the rest of these bitches fucking have any shit to hold over them. They're like, no, no, I will have privacy in my
Well.
life. Except for Marcus. They don't know about Marcus right now.
Nope.
Let them have their blissful ignorance.
Yeah. I will hold on to this memory in my vault.
God, I hope Marcus immediately like, yeah, I'll hold on to this memory. The next morning, hello, can I talk to you for a second? Like, yeah, sure. You will never fucking believe what happened last night, bitch.
No,
Oh my
because
God,
Hella would
what?
not be able to hold it in.
No, fuck you. Hello could. I think she could.
Oh man. That is
You-
It
too
was a
funny.
really sweet moment.
There was.
I'm
It
smiling
was,
like
it
a
was.
dumbass.
Sorry to meme over it.
No, I love
the,
the
the
memes.
memes are what gets me through.
Yeah, what is D&D
Yeah, the
with
memes are what
friends
get me-
without me?
Very true. Very true. But yeah, DM, I did want to try to pop off a contact of the plane, because if I go insane, at least I can branch over until the end of the long rest and not be insane anymore.
Right? Yeah, you can attempt to contact other plane and talk to
I am not trying to talk to Entropy.
okay.
Oh.
I'm kind of doing a shot in the dark. Gonna ask some questions, see what happens. Maybe do it a couple times whenever I have a chance. See if I can't get any leads.
Okay.
Because at the moment I can't talk with Entropy, even if my rolls are perfect. I just can't land it.
Yeah, it is generally
very-
you should
yeah.
not be able to even know about
Very true.
Entropy. Okay.
Very true.
The mystery. Cast a spell. Yeah, go ahead and make your go ahead and make that intelligence saving throw.
All right, DC 15. Come on, please don't make me insane again. Please don't make me insane again. 14 plus 1, 15 on the die.
Oh.
Just make it.
He got so
All
lucky.
right. All right, on a successful save, you can ask the entity up to 5 questions.
Okay. 5 questions.
And the response is generally a one-word answer. Or if a one-word answer would be
Understandable.
misleading, I can offer a short phrase instead.
Okay. All right, this should be fun then. First question to whoever I'm connected to. Yeah, do you know of Queen Mab, the Queen of Air and Darkness?
Know of her?
Yes, aware of their existence and whatnot.
You would, yes. You would get back a yes.
Are you an ally of Queen Mab?
Irrelevant.
Irrelevant. Huh. Interesting. So I guess it's kind of an in-between situation. Huh. Damn, I don't want to waste my next 3 questions by asking for more in terms of that question, but it seems somewhat important. When you say irrelevant, do you mean that you are neither an ally or an enemy?
Yes.
Gotcha. Damn, I only got 2 more left. You know, this is why I have to have this test run, so I know exactly how to ask these questions. Do you know of a way to break a pact between an individual and Mab?
Let me think about that one for a hot second.
Yeah. I'm obviously contacting someone a lot more smarter than me or anyone else in the party, so
What?
Bless you.
Sorry about that. Sorry. Tried to catch it before. Trying to turn off my mic before the sneeze, but I was unsuccessful.
All good.
You shall pay for your crimes.
I'm trying to think, cause like I think this is a situation where a one-word answer would be.
Hmm. Up to you, oh God.
Not easy.
Figured as much. But it does imply that you do know of a way. Huh. Alright, since I got a short answer here, hopefully I can get another short phrase, maybe, hopefully. Not easy. Not easy. Can you give me the name of someone in the Feywild who is not Queen Mab themselves and or someone in their court who can give me the answers that I seek? Please be aware that Queen Mab is a big threat, and she spreads her influence by the day, so it might be in your best interest to please let me know.
Ooh. Had a character, the perfect opportunity to drop a name. Moss.
Yeah. Oh,
I knew exactly, like, when you got to the fourth question, I knew exactly who Marcus contacted.
Oh, like I'm not even worried about that. It's the can you drop a name part where I'm like, ooh, okay.
That is true, yeah.
You simply said, "Do you can you give me a name?"
yes.
Bonk. Bonk.
Do I be a dick?
That's why I did put
Yes.
that thing around the end. I know there's a possibility of saying yes. Just saying, yes, I could. And then it ends there. But I did put that thing in the end, like, hey, it might be in your best interest, in the grand scheme of things, if you set me on the right path.
Do I be a dick?
Do you progress the story? Up to you, of course.
I'm ultimately gonna make this a coin flip because this is a matter of like
Alright.
who potentially you have contacted along with like what do I decide? Because there is potentially a really funny yeah, I could. Bye.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Moss, would you be okay with me potentially dropping cause this might speed
Yes,
things up.
I think we're already sort of going. We're
Okay.
starting the runaway train of this, so I
Okay.
think it makes sense.
Okay. I'm gonna make it a coin flip either way. But making sure that the coin flip was viable. Right? I am not a dick. Like if it's heads,
Hey!
if it's heads, I'm not a dick. If it's a tails, I'm a dick. You get back the Lord of Silver.
Huh.
Hello?
The
Yes.
What do you
Lord of
mean the Lord of
Silver.
Silver?
Dude, the guy we met already, right?
Briefly.
Yeah, we met him, like, briefly.
In giant direwolf form, yeah.
Dude, okay. Alright. Sick. Okay. Alright. I think Marcus does do a little jump, because he wasn't expecting an answer. But wow. Let me ask, was the Lord of Silver one of the people on the list of people
Yes.
who were cursed by Mab?
Yes.
Yes, I actually, Halu did actually specific research on this, so Marcus would know about the Court of Silver, and I will let Jen do more talking because Halu did
Okay.
specifically research the courts when we more or less first got to the Feywilds.
That makes me a little bit more confident on the answer given then if it's someone who has been negatively affected by MAB. Okay. Sick. Okay. All right. I definitely write that down. And I guess the communication ends right away because I've done my 5 questions.
Yep.
Take a deep breath. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get back to my reading now. Those two are cuddling outside. I better leave them alone.
Right. You finish up your spell, get back to your reading, while Sedge and Iliv are finishing up their watch. You awake the next morning, refreshed, still, some aches and pains from the fight. But bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, all things considered.
We get the
Long
benefits
rest.
of a long rest.
Yes, you do get the
Thank
benefits of a
God.
long rest.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
One of these days, I'm gonna say no, you do not. You all are gonna shit your pants.
Yeah, we are.
What?
Yeah. Well, you've already done that to us before.
Oh yeah.
I think we're extra rested now that we have the toastiness of the tiny hut.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Which
not
is
chilly.
part of the reason you wake up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed is that you don't wake up cold.
All right. Okay. Let me ask you a question, Red. I know there's the threat of MAB listening in on us and whatever else, but since I can use Identify to see what spells are currently being used on someone, could I, in theory, use Identify on Helu to know if they're currently being scryed on?
Oh.
In theory.
The thing is, you have to time that right because if it takes 10 minutes for you to cast.
Yeah. You do have to cast 10 minutes, and you'd have to get it when Mab would be scrying. So it's an in theory, yes, but you'd have to get lucky with timing.
And you have to get lucky every time with timing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what I'm wondering is, when you're saying it's taking me 10 minutes to cast, right? I'm not getting if they scried 10 minutes ago, right? I'm getting that if they're scrying at this very second once my casting time's over.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. So, if I could let Hello know about this and then just quickly check, all right, at this moment, we're safe, and then let them know.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Huh. I'm trying to think about what other limitations there are to scrying. Obviously, they're a god, so it makes it a little harder. Good to know. All right, yeah. I wake up.
Right.
I get out of my tent.
And anyone doing anything this morning?
Morning calisthenics.
I probably am making breakfast.
Warm-up drills, I think. Just because it's cold.
As soon as I'm finished with my calisthenics, I join Helu for those drills. Maybe we spar a little bit.
Spar.
Since they're drilling, I'm going to, if I could, Red, just do a quick search for some ingredients if possible.
Yeah.
I'll come with you. That way you have another person with you.
Okay.
Just so we don't get jumped in the woods.
So yeah, I'll be doing a dedicated search without traveling since we're here in camp.
Okay, let me grab that again so I have there's
No problem.
Did I pin it? No, of course.
I can send you the link if you want.
Yeah, if you could, because I'm scrolling up a lot.
No, I get you. Sorry, this is kind of spur of the moment since we have time now.
No, this is valid. And I'm fine with this session being a little...
Yeah, no, totally. Just a quick roll to see what I get.
I'm trying to look at the fucking PDF. Don't fucking show me that. Ah.
Yeah, I imagine if like Marcus is like clearly going off somewhere to do something, Ylif is just like, and I'm gonna follow you because you're not fucking going off by yourself, bitch.
Yeah. 5?
So yeah, I make the roll, and on a success, I get 1 ingredient.
Yep. With the DC 12. Go ahead and make a nature check.
Cool. Let's see. It's not too high at the very least. Okay, I got a 15 for that one.
Okay. Success for 1 ingredient rolling the most terrain ecosystem located in a. Hey.
Which might be Arctic flora, maybe?
One moment. I am
Mhm.
flipping.
It's right after the potions.
Yeah. 6-8. There we go. Well, the thing is that you're not technically in the Arctic region yet. You are still technically it's just winter in.
Okay, so
Let's
maybe
do-
mountain flora?
Let's do grassland flora.
Grassland flora? Sure.
If you want to
Okay,
roll
let
that
me roll.
d20.
Sure thing. I got a 19.
Get a Luciri
Ah.
blossom.
Luciri. Nice.
Yeah, which is probably it's only recently started snowing, so it's not that hard to like dig past the snow. And the blossoms are on the edge of like probably this is the last that you'll have the chance to collect them. Talked on
I'm sorry,
your
I can see a description of it here too.
where hold on. There is a description of it? Okay.
Yeah, right after the appendix. It actually
Oh.
tells you what some of the effects are. Yeah.
I realized there was a description.
Yeah, it's cool.
Haven't had a chance to really look through this all that much just because
No, definitely, yeah. I just like the side effect. I didn't know about that. I'm gonna give it to Ylif instead for sure.
Oh no.
Excuse me?
Oh. Interesting.
What happened? Sorry, I zoned out.
Marcus went herb hunting and so found a rare plant. Yeah, it is an herb with dull red leaves that resemble lips. And these are like sort of right on the edge of no longer being useful, so you managed to pick them before they wilt.
Nice. I put them in a little vial here.
Ylif kind of like leans over and is like, so what do those do?
Oh, these are Luciri blossoms. I usually didn't see them in a shop all that often. They can be quite rare. They're quite popular among the youth. You pop one in and might take you on a little spirit quest.
Oh my god, is it fantasy
Bruh.
weed? Fantasy acid? Like
Yeah,
like
but
that.
say fantasy LSD.
Yeah, judging by the description.
But yeah, they resemble like red lips kind of thing.
If you sneak that into any of our food, I will personally castrate you.
No, of course. These are much too rare to share with you lot.
us plebeians.
You plebeians. I'll find a use for it. But yeah, put it in a vial, seal it up nice and tight. That way it doesn't get mixed in with any food.
Yup.
And I start making my way back to camp.
Come back to camp. Are Sedge and Halu sparring?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're sparring.
Very light, bantery. Do I notice anything different about Sedge today? Just, does my little sibling shitometer pick anything up?
Perhaps you get the feeling that Sedge is a little bit more distracted than what he typically would be. And when Eilif and Marcus come back into the camp, his attention is diverted just a little bit further.
Just enough
Hmm.
for Halu to fucking knock Sedge on his ass.
Oh yeah, no. Halu does this thing where she like puts the halberd, like hooks the halberd in between his like open feet, flips it to one side, hooks like one of his ankles, and fucking yanks from like 10 feet away. Mind you, she just like does this like neat little spin yank.
And I would like to imagine that Sedge, who's used to your fighting style by now, would normally pick up on this little trick that you do, but he sees Eilif and gets distracted, and you're able to knock him on his ass.
Boy, Sedge, are you tired? Do you need to sleep a little bit more before we head out?
What? No, that was a good trip, Hello. I'm
Thank
fine.
you.
Just
I've been working on that one with you
I'm
a lot,
sure you have.
actually. You've been able to get out of that one before.
I know. Just maybe not feeling it today.
Yeah.
We should probably pack up camp.
Yeah, we should get on the road.
Yeah, Eilif and Marcus are back, so
Yes, yeah, Eilif is back.
Mhm.
And Marcus, they're both
and
back. Yeah.
Blossom is still asleep in the corner, like honks.
I more imagine that Blossom
Sedge-
is like wrapped up in a blanket with like a hot cup of tea, and is that like really sleepy? Like,
She's like in like a spring or summer form, so obviously she's not taking the cold well, but she won't change. No, but I think as that conversation was happening, Halu just sort of like very casually leans the haft of the staff part of the halberd over both her shoulders and just like sort of kicks back on like one foot very casually, just watching Sedge, her smile widening like Cheshire-like slowly.
Sedge is squinting so hard at you, and
Hold on, Where's the meme? Oh, where is it?
Sedge is squinting so hard at you, and then his eyes dart over to where Marcus and Eilif are coming in, and then you catch his eyes like lingering before he catches himself, and he scrambles upwards and's like, I'll get our things back.
Cool. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yes. Even though it's your job, I will do this for you today.
Oh, so generous. Halu, right now I found the meme. I found the specific meme. There it is. That's
What is
Halu.
it? What is it?
Anya's
It's in voice
face?
chat.
Anya's face?
I think so.
That feels like an Anya face.
That's Halu. Like that entire interaction.
Yeah, the second Eilif's back and like, it's just like their stuff's already packed. Their stuff was packed before they started like heading out. They see Sedge starting to do something and like they're like, "Oh, Sedge, do you need help?"
Sedge. First of all, he flushes. And he looks back at Hulu, who's let's be real, still has that shit-eating grin on her face.
Oh yeah, she has clocked your fucking ass, and you are
absolutely,
never going to shake her. She is in her alligator death.
I did clearly like that enthusiastic, like, oh, like, you know when a fucking puppy sees like they're not in a weird way, but just in the facial expression way.
Yeah.
When they notice text and it's like, oh.
Yeah, so Sage looks at Hello, looks at Ylif, and then is like, help would be nice.
Yeah, I think Halu will just like give a little bit of chuckle and just sort of like wave Sedge, like, yeah, I'm done fucking with you right now. We'll probably pick up Blossom and like get her situated. Doing the last minute.
Just pick her up like a sack of potatoes.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
just like she's still bundled up. I imagine she has like the blanket tucked underneath her fully. So I feel like do you know the like little Russian nesting dolls?
Yes.
I feel like Helu like picks her up sort of like that and just deposits her. So she just looks like a little Russian nesting doll on her elk.
Hey, I don't know if y'all know this, but there's a pickup line that always works. You go up to a girl and you be like, "Hey, girl, are you a sack of potatoes? Because you looking tasty as hell." And that's like a guarantee to it.
What?
Who has that ever worked on, dude?
That would definitely get a fucking cackle out of me. You know what? No, actually,
Charlotte?
that would work. That would work. The audacity and the sheer fact that it's so fucking out of pocket. Yeah, I would talk to that person. Anyways, continue.
Game is game.
All right. Anyways,
Hey, I would try. I think I like to try to let Hello know what I've learned in some shape or form. Saying like, Hello, I have to tell you something.
Yeah?
Lou and Marcus exchange gossip.
Yeah, really.
Well, first let me cast Identify. This is gonna be quick and brief. Just don't try to give away too much.
Okay, and I think Helu sort of instantly sort of sombers.
Okay, so I want to cast Identify just to make sure in an instant there isn't a scrying.
in this instance, no, there is no scrying.
All right. At that very moment, I mind link with Hello, and I say, I have discovered a first step we can take to help you with your issue. I won't get
Yeah.
into any specifics, but I know where we can start. And he ends it there. Understood?
Yeah. Hold on. Can I? Okay, I don't want to meta, but Helu is actually reasonably intelligent. Can I roll like an intelligence check? Well, no. Actually, no. She wouldn't. There'd be no like. She'd have no reason to guess that the answer's in the Feywild, even though. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, judging by
Never-
how vague his response is, I
Yeah.
don't think you would be able to.
He's not really giving away any specifics, just like, hey, I know where to start.
Yeah.
Just to give Hello some hope of some kind.
All right.
Mm-hmm. And then I think he would let Ylif in Sedge know through Mindlick. And through a reasonable distance from Helu. Just saying, like, first he Mindlicks with Sedge. He's like, hey, meet me in my head. I'm gonna get Ylif in here.
Conference call.
Sorry, meet me in my head is such a funny statement.
And then an email, a fax.
You love the exchange when Marcus and I were arguing in Renan's head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit was so funny.
That was so funny.
That poor bastard.
And then then I pull in Ylif. He's like, hey guys, I have some developments in the Helu's situation.
What is
Have
it?
we told Helu the updates yet?
I have told Helu that there is an update, not the specifics of the update. It is good
Why
news,
not?
as far as I know. I now know a first step that we can take to possibly take care of Helu's whole diamond situation. More specifically, an individual that we can go to who might know how to break their pact with Mab.
Okay, but why aren't we telling Helu this?
Because again, there's a
Helu
possibility that Queen Mab could be listening in, and then they can get to this person before we do. and make it a lot more difficult for us.
Did you tell Halou that part, or did you just say trust me?
I just said that, hey, I know the first step that we can take. They seemed happy with that response. If I start saying, hey, I know of someone we can go to, Queen Mab can very easily just say, hey, they're going to a person. Let me go down my list of people that I know have this information. So it's an unnecessary risk. No
I'm
matter
not
what,
happy about it.
I do agree with Marcus. It's probably for the best right now that Hello doesn't know the
Okay, but
specifics.
if we're treating Halou like this, we need to treat Blossom like this too, because we have no idea how her deal with Mab works.
I can try and identify with her. The thing that is channeling that scry on Hello is the diamond. So as far as I'm aware, there's nothing like that on Blossom.
That we know of, but the mark is siphoning like Blossom's magic. So
No, well, that's why I'm talking to just you two right now. I've thought about that as well. I'm just saying, no matter what, we're gonna try to go towards this solution. Hello's gonna be there with us. I'm just trying to make sure that this little speck of hope that we have doesn't, get knocked out from under us just because we say it out loud. So, either way, we're heading there anyways. But from the intel I've gathered, the Lord of Silver might have the answers that we seek. In terms of breaking the pact between Blossom and Mab, and maybe, breaking the pact between Hello and Mab, and possibly the one between Blossom and Mab, even though that might be a little stronger.
okay.
Is there an issue, Aleph?
No, there's not. Genuinely, there's not. My tone's just being weird.
Listen, I understand. Again, I totally understand where you're coming from. Where you think we should tell Hello and Blossom. I wish we could do that, but I'm just worried. I care about them both, and information is key when it comes to these kinds of things. Information's been my whole life. I understand the importance of making sure that your enemies don't have too much information and you have more. So, if we don't play things right, then there's the very real possibility that Hello or Blossom can never get out of this pact. So we have to try to take every advantage that we can, even if that means keeping them in the dark sometimes.
Yeah. I just don't like it because Halou just had a whole.
Mm-hmm. No, I totally understand. But I think, or at least I hope, Hello understands the risk now that she's aware of the possibility of Mab looking through her.
Yeah, hopefully.
All that matters to me is that we're doing everything that we can to help them
This
both.
just fucking sucks.
No, totally. At the end of the day, those who are against us don't really play by any rules. They don't care about pleasantries or friendship or whatever else you might want to call this, but the most we can do is understand that. Not necessarily steep to their level, but do our best to avoid the obstacles that they put in our way. They already have an extreme advantage with being able to look in on us. So we have to try to do our best with the handicap we've been given.
Yeah. Just sucks.
Totally.
Does.
But yes, once we make it back to the Feywild, we might want to seriously consider going to the Lord Silver as soon as we can. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if you've
no,
been
that-
told this, Ilov, but the Lord of Silver. Maybe you were here for this revelation. I'm pretty sure you were. But the Lord of Silver is one of the archfays who has been
Yeah, I was
cursed.
here.
Yeah. So we're helping him at some point in time. So maybe the favor we can ask him is his power or the knowledge needed to free them both of his pact.
And if nothing else, Lady Chandria might be able to offer a boon or a help with stuff if we handle multiple problems of hers. So
No, of course. But do you know if it's within her power to offer a boon that would rid either Helu or Blossom of the pact that they made?
I have no idea, but at least it might be. She might know a step, or at least have the resources to figure it out.
Something I do have to look into that might allow us down the road to tell Helu, or maybe even Blossom, is if we either here in the Prime Material or maybe in the Feywild, we probably have better luck in the Feywild, find a magical item that helps block out divination. I would have to research it more to see if it's effective against someone like Mab, or if it would even be effective on Helu with the whole diamond thing. But it's definitely something to look into if there's a way for us to block that out.
Yeah.
So yeah, we should definitely keep our eyes
Sounds
open
good
for
to me.
that. All right. But yeah,
Great.
at least now we have a first step. All right, I'm kicking you both out of my head now.
How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare? Yeah, you have that conversation. You pack up. Pack up. Anything else before you guys get moving?
As we're packing up, I go up to Marcus and I say, Marcus, I feel like we just missed something very important in Neverwinter.
What? What do you mean?
Isn't there something that usually goes on around this time of the year?
Oh.
Oh, you're referring to the rat race.
The rat race, yes. Oh God.
Well, excuse me,
can't-
Sedge, but I never really took you for a man to partake in the spectacle of the rat race.
I did not partake in the spectacle of the rat race. Father Augustus and I always went there to see if we could do damage control for the people who almost die there.
Well, they kind of brought that on themselves as kind of the whole, purpose of it. You kind of sign a waiver, and then you're kind of there.
Well, sorry that I don't know the logistics of the rat race, Marcus. I'm sure someone of your background has had more than his fair share of dealings with them.
Damn, pulling out the background.
Background.
Ouch. Well, yes, I would have Sedge. Not only have I helped supply some things for the rat race, but I've also partaken in the rat race, not just as a spectator, but
Of
as a
course you
racer
have.
on one or two occasions.
Yeah,
What?
of course you have.
Of course I have. What does that mean?
It means exactly what it means. Of course you have.
Listen, Sedge, you're just making a big deal of this. It's just a fun old time. There's not a lot you can do in Beggar's Nest, all right? A lot of people look forward to that every
People
year.
die. People die.
People die every day in Beggar's Nest. It's fucking Beggar's Nest. You go down the wrong alley, you get fucking stabbed. At least this way, people will be like, all right, I'm okay if I die. I get a cool prize at the end or something.
Beggar's Nest, the Bronx.
Yeah, Beggar's Nest is just the Bronx.
Helu settles up. It's just like, I've heard about The rat race. You know what? 5 gold. It was like an absolute slaughter this year, just for the hell of it. With everything that's happened,
Oh,
it's
always
an
is.
absolute fuck fest. No.
Okay,
I mean like one team comes out on top and smokes everyone else. No one else makes it out alive.
Probably just the champions again this year.
hey, what the fuck are you guys talking about? What is this?
The rat
Oh,
race. is
the
nuts and
rat
noise.
race. Yo, okay, so I never seen it. Okay, next year, we have to sit down and watch it. I have always wanted to watch it. You make
Hello.
what?
Yeah, right. You know what? If we should totally take Pell next year. Let them learn a little bit about it too.
Yeah. But okay, and I think Helu would turn and like start explaining to the best of her knowledge what the rat race is.
I'm sorry. Is it a little distorted because they're hearing it like third hand somewhere?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then like at the end there's like an earth elemental with like the finish line on its back, and you gotta like beat the shit out of it, and because the only rule is you gotta cross the finish line, and it's like
What the fuck?
yeah, it's great.
Oh, it's just a fun little race I love. Get some fancy sponsors who put up a prize or two. Win the race and you win the stuff. Pretty simple.
I wonder who was the sponsor this
Most
year.
people die. Most people die.
What the fuck? This sounds so fun. I mean, terrible.
It is. It really is a lot of fun.
Guys,
My adrenaline junkie is kicking in.
guys, next year, you, me, and Blossom, and I point. It's like you pointing to Marcus, me, you pointing to Marcus and Ilif, me and Blossom. We enter the rat race.
There's no way I'm letting you
Wow.
do the rat race without me and get yourselves killed.
I've been meaning to
It's
dust off the old wheel.
Fine, then you join too.
I do have to warn you. I don't really have access to my old wheels anymore. I lost it long ago, sadly. So we would have to find
Maybe
a
you're-
new vehicle.
Maybe your river rats can scrounge something up.
Not even. They're not that good. They're not.
Ah,
Marcus, watch your
I mean,
river
you
rats
got
being the one
Bugsy amongst
having
them.
raced or something.
They wouldn't let some kids into the rat race. It's ridiculous. Those kids would get themselves killed anyways.
Are you kidding? Bakersnest absolutely would let a bunch of fucking kids into there.
Beggar's
I mean,
Nest
what-
loves
Marcus knows
having kids
Vegas
die.
better than you.
It's blood sport.
Where
It's
would
awful blood
where would
sport.
a bunch of kids even get a wagon for that? You literally need an
No.
arcane core. You can't just buy that at the dollar store.
Yeah, maybe they got yours out of the river.
The dollar store was $1.
That thing's long lost.
You're gonna dream. You're gonna cast dream on Bugsy, and Bugsy's gonna be like, about that, boss.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll up the fucking a nest, and there's gonna be a hot pink fucking wagon now. My baby's been
Yeah. Hot pink with blue and black, teal and black flames.
fucking has a parachute in it now.
Bootleg Pimp My Ride.
With a dog like enamel on the side. Yeah. Oh shit. You know what we should have done. You know, like the Jaguar cars with like the little Jaguar thing on the hood.
Oh,
We should have put
yeah.
like a Greyhound. We should have put like a Greyhound or like some
Oh.
other fucking dog on the hood of that.
Little ornament.
Yeah.
Just an
There's
ornament.
still a week till we get back. We could say it's on there.
Yeah. Oh, maybe they add it. Maybe they add it with like some of the money. They're just like, you know what?
Yeah.
We need to have another dog on the car. Let's put the dog on the hood.
Why just roll up? They spend all their money on just that ornament in the front of the car because kids don't know what to do with fucking money.
No,
It's
fuck
like
you. Oma
platinum
has
and bejeweled.
plans. Oma has fucking plans. He's
We're
gonna
getting. We're
invest.
getting off topic.
We are. Oh god, we are getting so far off.
Sorry.
That is
Other than
okay.
that, I don't have anything else to say.
All right.
I do ride next to Ilith, though.
All right.
Yo.
With all of this, like, is there anything else before I continue?
Not that I know.
I have
Just-
one thing, but
Yeah, go
that's
for it.
like for next long. Oh, it's gonna be for like next long rest.
Okay. I was gonna say, because it's almost at 11:30.
Yeah,
that-
but it's Saturday.
yes.
But we don't have Kate.
We don't have Kate.
That's true.
And this was a very, very pleasant, like, all around, generally lighthearted. Everybody just sort of having fun, especially because, you know, this is the last one, it's the last session before the New Year's. Don't want to get anything too big. Don't want to get into anything too big without Kate.
Mhm.
So this is just essentially a nice, almost sort of intermission session with
Definitely.
a snowball fight. I want to
Yeah.
point out.
Each
So,
episode, nah, snowball fight.
Our Hallmark episode.
as you all
Yeah, really.
pack up and ride onwards, Sedge and I live riding next to each other, having talking about the rat race between all of you. You all ride off into the morning. Continue on your way to White Sparrow. And
Mhm.
this is a good place to leave off this session.
Oh.
It was such a cute session.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
also is that I want to
It was.
I want to let this session remain cute. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the
Cute
recording.
little session.